Welcome to the Banana Breakdown Podcast, your inside look at all things banana ball through player interviews and game breakdowns. We're your hosts. I'm Brandon, and I like to go bananas.
I'm Sammy. I'm the life of the party. And as always, go party animals.
Got a glove and a dream.
What a play by that kid! Oh, it's Brandon! No way! From the Banana Ball Breakdown Podcast. He and his co-host Sammy have been podcasting since the first game of the 2025 World Tour. He catches a foul ball for an out in the final game. Poetic.
You guys are outstanding. You guys are outstanding.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Clowns Takeover of the Banana Breakdown Podcast. Today, we have 5 clowns joining the podcast. We've got 4 players and head coach, Coach Fox. It's going to be a great live stream.
Yeah, I can't wait. We've got an outstanding lineup. Super excited to talk again to players that are on a brand new team to Banana Ball. The Clowns, technically the newest team here since they were announced second. So super excited for that, and we've got a great show for you today.
Yeah, so just showing the lineup briefly here. We've got Coach Fox joining. We've got Clark Gilmore joining, Fisher Polydoroff. We've got David Griffin and Brian Dansereau. I need to figure out how to say his last name there, but we've got a really good group that's going to be coming today. Cannot wait to talk to all of them. And coming up in just a couple minutes, we have Clark Gilmore joining us first. Super excited to talk to him.
Yeah, super stoked. We want to give a shout out to our producer in the backstage here. We'll throw him up. Cooper's up here again. He'll be monitoring the chat. So if you have any questions, he'll be flagging it, and we'll be able to see those. Anything you want to say, Cooper?
No, I'm excited. Like you said, a great lineup tonight, and I'm excited to see what everyone has to say about it. I would say the newest team in Banana Ball. So I'm excited for tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Well, thank you for all your help with the chat. And everyone, if you see Cooper's name in the chat, this is Cooper. He's a college baseball player, and he's helping us out with the podcast. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Awesome. Well, before we get into our first guest with Clark, I did want to show something that has been really exciting for us on the back end. Let me pull up my screen here. But anything you want to say about this, Sammy, as I get it pulled up?
Just something that we're really excited about. I'm sure most of you have seen the Instagram post already. I know some of you were pretty excited, but we've got some brand new merch that we wanted to point out. So.
Yep, and the newest one this week is the I've Got a Glove and a Dream. And the nice part is that we've got all the different colors for the different teams, and we've even got one for the Clowns. It wouldn't be a Clowns Takeover without it. So you can represent your favorite team as well as Banana Breakdown here. We got the Clowns Banana Breakdown. So those are available. The link's in the description down below. But I think with all that, we should get into our first guest.
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. Let me pull up our screen so that we can give a proper introduction to Clark and what we've got going here. So Clark Gilmore is a pitcher on the Clowns. Super excited to see him coming. He played for 4 years at Notre Dame. He got in 2024. I saw this stat and I had to throw it up there. 16 strikeouts in just 23 innings. New to Banana Ball, has a bunch of crazy trick pitches, including his classic behind the back pitch. So we will now bring to the stage the one, the only Clark Gilmore.
Oh, what's going on, boys?
How's it going?
Don't mind me working on my clown skills.
As you
What's
should.
going on? Sammy,
Hey.
Brandon, great to see you. Cooper, love the hat. Go Clowns. What's going on,
I
guys?
need to get a Clown's hat. This was the closest-ish color that I could grab, so that's why I'm wearing this one. But yes, I need to get one, but we're super excited for you. How are you feeling being on a Banana Ball team and on the newest team, the Clowns?
Well, I'll spoil it for those who don't know. We got to finally meet in person the day before my tryout, the day of the Banana Ball Championship game. Also, probably, Brandon, one of the greatest days of your life.
Yes.
But the nerves were high then. So to have everything worked out, have the draft have gone the way it did, and to know that I'm playing for the Clowns in 2026, it truly is the greatest honor. So I'm super excited.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that we've talked about is like having a stacked pitching staff that the Clowns have. And obviously, like with your numbers, they're like great pitcher, but also you've got the trick pitches. I want to ask about your thoughts being on a team with Fisher Polydoroff and Matt Wolf. Like you three, that dynamic trio, like that's going to be awesome.
I must say, when I got taken in the draft and then saw Matt Wolf first and then Fisher as our entertainment players, my mind was blown. I got, obviously, as many people who are watching know, Fisher and I got to run a nice fun series trying to find out who could get the faster strikeout between the two of us. But I also got to spend a lot of time with Matt Wolf at my tryout, actually, talking about how he really was the king trick pitcher, the father of it all. And so getting to learn from him, talk some trick pitching with him, and now to be his teammate is going to be truly incredible.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, it's super exciting because you see those guys and they're listed as entertainment players, but those guys are also super tough to hit. So it's not just just the entertainment factor. They're going to be a real weapon in the pitching room as well. So with all your trick pitches that you've been working on, when did you first start to imagine up some of these trick pitches?
The first is the classic, the behind the back, and I really started just catching the ball behind my back when I was really young, probably 10, 11, 12 years old. And I would just do it in between games. I was playing banana ball long before it was invented. But then I went out to the field one day during my senior year of high school, right during COVID. And I got my buddy to take a video of me throwing the behind the back pitch. And I sent it to an Instagram account called Pitchers Nation. And they posted it. And then SportsCenter picked it up. And then it was this huge deal. And I was like, wow, like people like watching this behind the back. And I did it again a couple years later. Again, one take wonder just to help out someone's social media. And when I got started with my own, I figured I had to put it out there. And it's currently my most viewed video on Instagram with 8 million views now. So.
Yeah. So like what goes into the process? I know like that one just kind of seems like it came not really trying. Like what is your process now when you're coming up with a trick pitch? Like what goes into that?
Well, I filmed a lot of banana ball bullpens. I think I'm up to 9 or 10 now. So it takes a lot. Obviously, there are a couple that I really rely on that are probably going to be the ones that fans are seeing in game. You're going to see the behind the back classic. The underleg Johnson is pretty dialed in. I feel pretty comfortable throwing that. Everything else is either, I mean, if you watch the whole clip of when I'm filming those videos, I'm asking around. I'm like, guys, any ideas? Anything? Like, what if you kicked it and then flicked it? And I was like, yeah, I'll do that. Or, well, your last name's Gilmore. What if you did like a Happy Gilmore golf swing pitch? And I was like, that's another good idea. So it's a lot of, relying on the fans, relying on the community. And I'll take a second to plug myself. The Clowning Around with Clark series is giving fans now an ability to show me their ideas because I need them. I want to throw as many trick pitches as possible. Hearing from the fans is the best way to do that.
For sure. No, that's awesome. Well, let's take it back. I know I wish this conversation could go on for a long time, but we've got a couple other guests to come on. So what is your journey to banana ball? How did you find out about the bananas, being an acclaimed pitcher yourself before then?
Well, I've been told for a long time that I would be a great Savannah banana. And it's rare in life that you take, a leap of faith after having graduated to say, hey, I'm going to start making videos on the internet and I'm going to go play for a dancing baseball team. That's not typically what people think. That's not what a lot of my peers were doing with their Notre Dame degrees. But I had a couple months to myself on campus this summer after graduating. And really, I needed something to do. And I'd always thought, I would like to make some videos, but there's nothing really that ever inspired me to start. And then the idea of a banana ball application came to be. And I said, I can apply, but right now, I've got 60 followers on TikTok. I've got 1,700 on Instagram. That's not really bananas caliber. So I started posting the videos and I posted every other day, just trying to stay consistent because I knew that if I felt like I could get my following to an area anywhere near that, I'd feel comfortable applying. And then, of course, I made my application video, which took me a while, but was certainly worth that investment of time. And thankfully got on their radar, got invited to the tryout, landed a couple BTB pitches at the tryout, and heard my name called right at the end of that draft.
Yeah, take us into that moment with the draft. You mentioned you were the final pick of the draft. What was it like, watching the draft and waiting to hear your name called?
Well, a lot of people were a little bit disappointed with the fact that only day one of the draft was live. Me personally could not be happier that the second day wasn't live, because that would have been tough seeing every single pick go off the board, waiting for the last one and thinking, are they really going to call my name now? Thankfully, before the post went out, Coach Fox, who I'm glad you guys are going to get to talk to soon, gave me the call and said, hey, the Banana selected you in the 11th round of the Banana Ball draft. And every bit of stress I hadn't eaten in like 24. It was brutal. 24 hours. And all the stress was relieved. And I was just so happy that all the work I'd put in with the videos, with the training, had come to fruition in being drafted to Banana Ball.
That's so awesome. Yeah, that it's so cool. Like, it was great to meet you, and like also just like seeing all the work you put in. Like, I can't imagine how amazing that moment was. But we want to ask about one other piece of the draft and your thoughts on it. What are your thoughts that you're going to play on the same team as Jackie Bradley Jr. from the Boston Red Sox?
It is a fantastic question. Honestly, when Coach Fox gave me the call and said I was in the 11th round, I hung up and was very excited. After I'd hung up, I talked to some of my friends and I was like, wait, the Clowns had the 1st and the 8th pick. I might have been Mr. Irrelevant. I might have been the last one. But I said to Coach Fox on that call, I was like, listen, Jackie Bradley first and me last, that sounds like a great draft to me. No, it's going to be an absolute honor. I'm a Yankee fan, but you can't have anything but respect for the way Jackie Bradley plays baseball. And now to get to share the field with him and hopefully watch him attempt a backflip catch in game one day. Who knows?
That'd be awesome.
It's going to be incredible, and I can't wait to do it on the 22 states the Clowns visit this year on the 2026 tour.
That's awesome. One of the questions that we always ask is, what is your stadium you're most excited for, most looking forward to on the tour?
Well, I got lucky. 2 teams go to Connecticut. I'm from Connecticut, and we're playing in Hartford. So I couldn't be more excited to have the hometown game truly be in my backyard, about 45 minutes from here. But people will be making the trek.
Yes.
That's awesome. Those hometown games are so great. So have you made any connections? I know you've already knew some players before, obviously, but have you made any connections with your teammates yet? How's that going?
Yeah, we've got a little group chat. We're talking things out. We're getting some great info from the vets, like Malachi Mitchell has been taking a great leadership role for the team. And then I'm connecting with a bunch of other guys in Banana Ball too. I'll be rooming with designated runner for the Savannah Bananas, JT Sokolov, down in Savannah. I was on the phone today with Savannah Banana Connor Harris talking about us throwing together in Connecticut, maybe cooking up some content for you all. But yeah, I'm super excited to be a part of this Banana Ball family, and it's already started here in December.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Well, can you plug your social medias or any other projects that you've got upcoming that you want people to follow along with?
Absolutely. Well, you can follow me on TikTok at Clark Gilmore. You can follow me on Instagram, Clark_Gilmore. And mainly for us, those Clowns fans, Clowning Around with Clark comes out every Monday. You guys can drop your comments to comment a trick pitch, and I may well do it in the next video. So thank you too for having me. Thanks so much. It's always a pleasure to talk to the Banana Ball Breakdown podcast. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the 2026 tour.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
You'll see us around. Thank you so much. Can't wait to see you play.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, boys.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. That was incredible.
Yeah. I love his videos. They're so cool. And when he was talking about the pitch that ended up on SportsCenter, I didn't make the connection before, but I am like fairly confident that that I've seen that one, that I saw it when it first went on SportsCenter and everything. Because that's awesome.
That's amazing. Yeah, no, and then the other thing for anyone who may have not come on at the beginning, we've got 4 more Clowns coming on shortly. We've got Coach Fox coming in next, and then 3 more Clowns players coming in a couple minutes. But again, if you guys have any comments or questions, if we're able to, we'll try to throw them up on screen during the interviews if it makes sense with the player, as well as in between the players if it's for Sammy and I. So let us know in the chat. Appreciate all of you guys being here. But yeah, Sammy, anything else before we move on to our next guest?
Just with the questions, if you have a specific question for someone later on in the chat, feel free to send that out before they come on too, because we'll be starring those, flagging them so that we can go back and look at those as well. So yeah, feel free to ask any questions.
Yep, and then just put the name of the player in the chat if it's specific to them. But let's go ahead and introduce our next guest. So we've got Coach Errick Fox to join us. He is going to be the head coach for the Clowns. He was the assistant coach for the Savannah Bananas from 2018 to 2022, came back again in 2025, and now is leading the charge for the Clowns. So we will welcome to the stage Coach Fox. Thank you so much for coming.
What's going on, guys? How are y'all?
We're doing great. How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. Y'all looking good.
Thank you. Same to you. The hat you've got, we need to pick up some of that soon.
Hey, let's do it, man. Can't wait to get y'all in some Clowns gear, man.
For sure. Yeah, we'll definitely pick up some gear here soon. So you're going to be coaching for the Indianapolis Clowns, who's a historic team. What does it mean to you to bring back this team and to lead the charge?
Man, it means a lot, man. Just them being a former Negro League team and then being that first to kind of combine that athleticism with that showmanship is just – it's unbelievable. I mean, as a kid growing up, me being a kid from the inner city, you kind of hear about like the Negro Leagues and stuff like that, but to just kind of be a part of it and part of that history is just unbelievable. So
that's awesome. Yeah, we're super excited for that and excited to see the banana ball spin that comes from it. But what were when did you find out that this was even a possibility that the Indianapolis Clowns might be coming to banana ball?
Well, there was like some kind of rumors like throughout the season, but nobody really knew for sure until around August, September mark, because everybody was just kind of trying to keep it under wraps. Because I mean, we didn't know how it was going to go. We feel like everybody was going to be pretty excited about it, and we didn't want nobody to kind of go out there and be like, "Oh, this is what's going to be the new team," and then it kind of gives it away and spoil it whenever we introduced that team on the selection show night. So, yeah, we kind of knew about it kind of for a couple months, but we just kind of kept it under wraps.
I'm impressed that wasn't leaked, because that was pretty exciting. Now that I've started to learn more about the Indianapolis Clowns since the announcement, it's been cool to see. They're almost like the first banana ball team, right? And now you're bringing them back. And I thought it was awesome that you partnered up with the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum to bring the Clowns back. What was that like to partner with them?
Awesome, man. I mean, just being able to meet Bob Kendrick and just kind of hear all the history behind like the Negro Leagues and of course the Indianapolis Clowns. It was just an unbelievable opportunity for us to just kind of partner with something that early on, all they did was spread positivity, and that's kind of what we want to do in banana ball, is kind of just spread positivity, bring joy to fans, and just kind of be fans first. And the Clowns were like the first team to kind of introduce that to the world, like started in the 30s all the way up until they ended in the 80s. So.
Yeah, no, it's crazy exciting to hear all about that. And I think we want to talk a little bit about your thoughts with the draft in a little bit. But before we get there, like, how did you find banana ball? Like, being with the Bananas since 2018, like, how did you first hear about them? And that was back in the Coastal Plain League days. So like, it wasn't even banana ball.
So funny. So I always lived in Georgia. I'm born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. And of course, like, I was coaching junior college ball in 2017. And I originally talked to the coach. His name was Sean West. He was the head coach for the Bananas from 2016 to 2017. Talked to him about it. It kind of didn't work out. So then that next year in 2018, Tyler Gillum gets the job, and he calls my best friend about coming to coach with the Bananas that summer, and he accepted the job. But then Gillum was like, "Hey, I'm looking for a guy that's from Georgia, and I kind of need, like, do you know anybody?" And my friend was like, "Hey, yeah, I know Errick Fox." He was like, He was an all-conference guy. And not many people know this, but, like, I grew up with the prosthetic leg, so I was an all-conference guy with a prosthetic. And so I immediately talked to Gillum, and, like, he kind of asked me those questions about that, and he was pretty fired up that I had, like, about my journey and what I went through to be the player I was with the prosthetic. And he was like, all right, you want to be a part of this staff? And I was like, yeah, sure. It's close to home. And, like, normally guys have to travel out of state to go coach summer ball somewhere. But the fact that I was able to kind of stay in Georgia and just kind of be a part of the Bananas, I had already heard about them and heard about, like, how they were selling out, like, 4,000 fans in the CPL days. So it was kind of like, yeah, why not be a part of something like that? And then ever since I've been a part of it, it's just, I loved it.
That's amazing.
Did you have a vision back then of what it would grow to be now?
Well, I know Jesse. And I know,
Yeah, there you go.
I know Jesse he's very ambitious, man, and he has a big enough vision for all of us. So the fact I remember standing in that stadium during national anthem, there's 4,000 people, and I used to think, like, man, like, I just can't believe this. Like, I never would have thought I'd be in front of 4,000 people. So the fact that we were in front of, like, 81,000 at Clemson just kind of blew my mind. So, yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah. So, like, with the Savannah Bananas, like those initial days before Banana Ball, like, how was it going from coaching regular baseball to Banana Ball? I know in those days it was less of what it was today, but even with the entertainment, like, how was that?
Well, I'm gonna take it back to when I first saw Banana Ball. It was 2020. It was the COVID year. So we kind of, like, tested it out with our guys. That was the year where we brought in, like, so many players. So we was able to kind of put two teams together and kind of, like, play Banana Ball with them at the beginning of the year. And the first thing I saw was, like, whenever we do the ball for sprint, nobody knew where to throw the ball. So Bill Leroy got a home run in the park because everybody's trying to figure out where to throw that thing. But yeah, and then just coming back to it in 2025, man, it's just, I mean, it's amazing how advanced it has gotten. Because I remember I was coaching high school ball before I showed back up, and I'm used to guys catching the ball regularly and, like, making routine plays like that. But then I show up here for, like, that first week of practice in 2025, and the guys are making trick plays look like routine plays. So I'm just kind of like, man, it's amazing how this game has grown and how guys have adapted to it and how quickly they adapted to it. So that's awesome.
That's so cool. How do you feel like your time with the Bananas has prepared you for now being a head coach of a brand new team?
Well, just kind of over the years, just being with the Bananas, just honestly watching Tyler Gilmore, man, like, he does a really good job of, like, kind of bringing guys together and, like, just forming that team bond and just kind of, like, leading guys, and he's a really good leader. Just kind of sitting back, kind of observing him and just kind of going from there. Honestly, that's what kind of I feel like prepared me most for this thing. And the fact that I've been a part of this organization, I know what the culture is like. So I feel like that's one thing that just that's going to help me as well in this situation.
For sure. What was a day in the life in the 2025 season of an assistant coach for the Savannah Bananas?
Man, so we'll talk about game days. So, I mean, we get to the field pretty early, man, and the first thing I'm doing is just kind of, like, making sure everything is prepared for the players before they get there, because I always like to show up at least an hour and a half before they got there, just to kind of make sure, like, the cages were ready, make sure anything baseball related was ready for those guys to kind of just be able to come in there and just kind of get prepared and everything like that. And then once they get in there, it's like, hey, do you need me to throw some BP to you? You need me to hit you some fungos? Whatever you need me to do, that's what I'm going to do. And then pretty much that's just throughout the whole day thing, and then kind of getting the guys prepared to get ready to go entertain. And then from there, I mean, we go sign autographs, we go greet fans, and it's game time after that. And then after the game, we wind down and do it all over again.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been lucky enough to be at games, beforehand, like and interviewing some players before, and
So you see how much goes into it, then.
Yeah, seriously, like all that they're doing, it's like, okay, you've got BP, but then, it's not just that. Now there is the entertainment side, that rehearsal,
I feel like so many people that I talk to, they feel like we just show up and just throw the balls out and be like, hey, go entertain and go get ready to play, and that's it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
uh,
it's crazy to see that and be like, oh, now they have to play a whole game after all of that. Like that, it's
Hey, look,
crazy.
I
I'm
just
exhausted
gotta brag
watching.
about all the guys in the organization, man. They're true professionals, man. Like they come in, they get their work in, and then they know they got to go entertain. And actually, they get to go entertain. They get to go be with fans, and so like they understand that portion of it, and that's a big part of it. And I gotta just commend those guys for showing up every single day and just taking on that task.
Yeah, for sure. We've seen that like stamina is something that's very different in banana ball versus baseball.
Yeah.
Like, did you see any players do any like specific routines to get them prepared for that, or did you as a coach like train them in a certain way?
I mean, honestly, it's just all about getting reps, man. Like, you don't truly understand the pace unless you're actually in a game, playing the game. So, like, yeah, you can go do all the sprints and all the whatever workouts you want to do, but until you actually get in a game and do it for a little while, that's whenever you kind of start getting like your stamina and your understanding the game pace of banana ball.
For sure. And you mentioned a little bit earlier with the Clemson game. Was that your top game of the year, or take us into what was your favorite field that you were able to go to in 2025?
2025 for me is just the Braves. I mean, I'm born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm currently in Atlanta, Georgia right now. Just going to the Braves Stadium, like, it was just unbelievable, man. Like, that was like my mom and my grandma, who basically was with me and my twin brother, like pretty much our whole life. We always dreamed about somehow being on the Braves field, like really playing. But the fact that I was able just to be there and just to coach and just step on that field where guys like, I don't know, Fred McGriff, David Justice, Glavin, Maddox, Chipper Jones, all those guys were at, it's unbelievable. That was by far my favorite stadium.
Love that.
That is so cool. Okay, so we have a couple of questions here from the chat that we wanted to throw up. So this one, there's two questions. How will it feel playing at Rickwood Field? So the historic baseball field there, and then also coaching alongside Ryan Howard.
Yeah, well, playing at Rickwood Field it's going to be unbelievable. I mean, one of the historic fields the Clowns played at, just being able to go back to that field wearing a Clowns uniform and just honoring that legacy would just be unbelievable. And then, of course, coaching next to Ron Howard, man, that's just a freaking Phillies legend, man. That's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be unbelievable. Like, Ryan's such a good dude. He actually lives up here in Atlanta. I'm about to say it. Me and him probably grab lunch at some point while I'm up here. And, I mean, he's unbelievable. It's gonna be awesome. Even though he used to put a hurting on my Braves all the time, I tell him that. But it'll be unbelievable just kind of coaching with him.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, that is awesome. And that Rickwood Field game, when the schedule was announced, I think I circled that as the one that I'm the most excited about. Just all of the history there, and
yeah, it's gonna be unbelievable. It's gonna be a crazy feeling, man. It's crazy.
All right. Well, we've got this another question here. Will you be mimicking any original clown skits this season, or like any way of paying tribute to the history of the clowns this season?
Well, so Richard King Tut, he used to have this thing where he'd be in like the third base box with like praying hands, hoping that somebody got a hit. So that may be me doing that at some point during this season if we're kind of struggling out the game. So yeah, you could probably count on me doing that for sure.
Oh, that's awesome. Exciting. We've talked a little bit about the Rickwood Field, but what would you say your top field that you're looking forward to this year?
Probably going to Tulsa, Oklahoma. So my dad grew up in Tulsa, and then of course he moved to Atlanta, and that's when he met my mom. But just the fact that I'll be able to go out there, kind of have my family members see banana ball and just kind of be in that area, I'm most excited about that.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I love hearing about those hometown games for players and for coaches.
Yep, that's awesome. That's one way. That's another reason why me and Gillum kind of connected too, because he's from Oklahoma as well. So the fact that I never met anybody outside of my dad's family from Oklahoma. So when Gillum was like, "Yeah, I'm from Oklahoma too," and I'm like, "Oh crap!" Like that's wild.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it sounds like you guys have a really good all of the coaches have really good rapport together.
Yeah, those are my boys, man. Whenever we went on this trip, when we were having like the tryouts and stuff, it was one of the best trips I've ever been on. So I love those dudes.
That's awesome. Can you take us into some of those tryouts? Obviously, at that point, I'm assuming you were scouting for your team. Like what were some of those tryouts, and what were you looking for in the players to embody the Clowns?
I mean, for me, it was like I've talked many times before. It's just trying to like find guys with the athleticism who I think could just be able to come to banana ball and they'll be able to translate and do those trick plays at a higher rate. That was my main thing, trying to find guys that was athletic, guys who I know are really good defensive players so they wouldn't have a hard time learning trick plays, and just guys that just brought energy. That was the main thing. Like I'm a guy that likes to bring energy, that likes to be positive and have positive vibes, and those are the kind of guys I want in the clubhouse with me.
I love that.
So going from that to and scouting and all the tryouts and everything to the draft, what was that experience like? Actually
Unbelievable.
Going and unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Dude, it was almost like I said, like the group of coaches are like, we're like close knit, we're all boys. It was almost like doing like a fantasy football league with friends, honestly. Like you're just like, man, ooh, I hope they don't pick that guy because I'm gonna get that guy next. And like it was that feeling and that night was unbelievable.
That's awesome. I know there's so many great picks that came, but like Jesse said that it was just the day before that you guys found out. Like, what was that like knowing that you had the first pick and you might be able to select Jackie Bradley Jr.?
I mean, I just kind of had to go back to the drawing board because I kind of had my draft order kind of mapped out, and then Jesse made that announcement to us. Immediately, all the coaches looked directly at me. As soon as he made that announcement, it was like, "All right, Fox, what are you gonna do?" All right, I guess got to go back to the drawing board, and it all worked out. Like I got a lot of the guys that I wanted, and I was pretty satisfied with the draft. So.
For sure. Like, what would you say, looking at now the whole team holistically, like what do you think like the fans should be expecting from the Clowns next year?
Just the guys to just bring entertainment and be really good at trick plays. That's our goal. Like we want to be the best trick play team, and just drafting players and scouting players. That was my main thing. I want to be able to play defense. I was a defense guy. I would play really good defense when I played. So of course I want guys that's going to play really good defense. That went along with my drafting. I mean, you got Jackie Bradley, who was a Gold Glover with the Boston Red Sox. You got Carrell Prime, who's arguably one of the best first basemen in banana ball. Then you got Bobby Leday, who's athletic. You got Jalen Vasquez, who's a really good defender. I saw him play back in the CPO days. And you got Eli Payton, who was a Gold Glove finalist in the NCAA at third base. So, and then you got Brian Dansereau, who's going to be on here. I've watched him in the offseason just kind of continue to progress on trick plays and get better and better and better, where he's just ripping them consistently now. So like that was my main thing for sure.
I love that. That's super exciting. Yeah, with the Clowns, it makes sense to do all the trick plays, but that's really cool to hear.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, we're super excited for you. We're excited for the season. It's going to be awesome. Do you have any final thoughts for the fans before we wrap up?
Hey, we just look forward to seeing you guys in 2026, man. That's like, I love this thing. I love being a part of it, and I just love being with the fans. So, see y'all soon.
Awesome. Well, we really appreciate it. Super excited for the Clowns.
Awesome, man. Thank y'all.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Go Clowns.
Go Clowns.
See ya.
Awesome. Oh, that's incredible. I love talking to the coaches and getting their insight, especially his thoughts on draft night. Like, that's so much fun.
Yeah, seriously. That looked like a ton of fun. You know, I loved during the draft that we were able to see the draft rooms of the teams, and you could tell that, you know, you have to be on the fly because, you know, you have your draft board, but if something someone picks someone that you want, you got to go back to the drawing board and redo your board and everything. And that was awesome.
Yeah, I love the comparison to like fantasy football, where like it really does feel like that because they're just such a close knit group. And I can already tell like there's probably some like group texts that were like, man, you took that guy, I was gonna take him, and all of that. So
yeah, I could not. I don't think I could handle a real draft because I get stressed enough during my fantasy football draft this year. So yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, so we've got a couple minutes before our next guest comes on. So if you guys have any questions for us in the chat, let us know, as well as any thoughts on the Clowns or anything like that would be great. But yeah, we've got David Griffin coming on, pitcher for the Clowns, Fisher Polydoroff, entertainer, pitcher and batter for the Clowns, and then Brian Dansereau, utility player / outfielder. So super excited for that lineup to talk to those guys.
Yeah, it's going to be great. This has been an awesome show so far. The Clowns are going to be, originally when they announced the new teams, I think a lot of people were like, Coconuts, their uniforms were bright and everything, but I really think that the Clowns are going to become a huge fan favorite as we go forward. I am so stoked for the Clowns. I mean, I told you the night that it was announced that I was more excited for the Clowns. So I just can't wait to see all of that. And with the pitching staff that they have, Coach Fox was talking about how they're going to value defense and trick plays and all of that stuff. Everything that's the best about banana ball, I think the Clowns are going to show. And I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be super exciting. We'll run to a couple of comments right here. M. Durham, that was fun. Didn't get to know Coach Fox as well as Coach Gillum and Coach Byron. So looking forward to hearing from him more. Yeah, it's going to be super exciting to see him leading the Clowns and seeing where he can take that team. And especially after talking to him, like, sounds like they got the right guy for the job, and looking for a team that with the Clowns, the circus aspect, the trick plays, like really tying it into the competitive side of it of like, hey, we're going to do these really silly things, but I'm going to find the best guys in the business that can hit those trick plays and we can still be competitive. So I'm super excited for that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you've got some of the best defensive players out there, and Jackie Bradley Jr. is going to, I can't wait to see him play a banana ball game. So really, really excited for all of that. Yeah. Any more thoughts on the Clowns or banana ball in general for you, Brandon?
I think just in general, like I'm so excited. Like if you're watching right now, we're doing these takeover episodes. We've already done the Coconuts, the Party Animals, and now the Clowns. And I really like these deep dives for me as a fan to get to know the teams a little bit closer, get to know the players. And we're hoping to give that to you guys as a sneak peek, a little look behind the curtain at these teams and getting excited. But I got another comment here to pull up. DJ Cora, Garrett Delano talked about how strong he felt the Clowns draft was. Yeah, so that if it's coming from Garrett Delano, that's a serious compliment, and he definitely, that's going to be exciting to see. I'm hoping that there's some more teams that can kind of combat against the Party Animals, and I'm excited that they're pretty much the same team. So you get this amazing Clowns team, and hopefully they can push back on Sammy's Party Animals a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't want to see them push too much on the Party Animals, but they're definitely going to have a great team. So yeah, I think we're about ready to go to our next guest. We're super stoked for him. We're going to be talking with David Griffin here pretty soon. So we want to throw up our cool graphic that Brandon is so good at making, and Cooper's been helping us with graphics as well. Yeah, so we've got David Griffin here. You want to do the honors?
Yeah, so David Griffin's going to be a pitcher for the 2026 Clowns. He was drafted this year in the Banana Ball draft in the second round, and he also was in the minor league system for a while under the New York Mets. So new to Banana Ball, super excited to see what he brings to the table. But let's welcome to the stage David Griffin. How's it going?
What's going on, guys? How we doing?
We're doing good. How are you?
Good.
Good. Well, let's jump there. What were your thoughts when you heard that you were going to the Clowns?
Well, being from Boston area, I mean, I grew up like 25 minutes away, and we had a huge draft party with like 100+ people, and they're like, "Oh my God, you're playing with JBJ," and like I grew up a Sox fan too, so it was good. I kind of got the combination of being a Sox fan and then playing with the Mets, so I hated the Yankees either way. Sorry to say. But no, that was a really cool moment. I mean, to be honest, I never got drafted in the minor leagues. I was signed out of independent ball, so that was kind of the first time being able to host some kind of a draft party. So that was a really cool moment, not to only to witness it, but to have like friends and family there and everyone involved throughout my baseball career. So that was a really cool moment.
It's so cool. I'm glad you guys had that. It's so cool to hear those kind of things.
Yeah, it was really cool. Like, it still feels weird to like this day. Like, it was like, I remember all the stress like leading up to it. I was like, oh, is this gonna happen? And like, it was so weird. Like, even like within the first 2 rounds, it felt like it was forever. Like, I'm seeing like names get called. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, oh God, like, what did I get myself into at this point? But no, it was worth it.
That's awesome.
So how did you hear about Banana Ball and decide to enter your name into the draft pool?
So actually, it was a funny story. So I was getting ready to play winter ball somewhere, whether it was going to be in the Dominican, whether it was Puerto Rico or Venezuela. I had a good year in the Atlantic League, and this was like right as I just got home. And I was actually so busy preparing for a golf tournament that I was hosting. And like right before, probably like the week of, I get an Instagram DM from Barry. And he was like introducing himself, stuff like that. He was like, I think you'd be a great fit for the Banana Ball. Let's hop on a phone call. Let's kind of discuss the possibility of trying to make this work. And I texted and I was like, yeah, like I'm down to hop on a phone call sometime, stuff like that. And I didn't hear back. I found Barry texted me the day of the tournament on the first hole and was saying, hey, you got time for a phone call at 11:30? I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. I was like, I'm about to tee off for this golf tournament. I said, can I call you tomorrow? So that's what we did. We had like a good 30-minute phone call conversation. He kind of laid it out for me. And to be honest, being like a baseball purist at the time, like I was kind of like, okay, Banana Ball, like what is this? Stuff like that. And my parents love it. And I was all like, oh, that's like, if you win an inning, you only get like 1 run. Like, what is it? They scored 6 runs. So it was funny like that. And then he kind of Barry kind of talked about the logistics of, oh yeah, we got workouts coming up. Like, we'd love to see you at a workout. It would help your chances to get drafted. And I was like, you know what? Go for it. Like, it's sometimes just taking a leap of faith. That's what happens sometimes. That's been the story of my career. Just kind of going out on a limb and see what happens. So I went to the workout in Nashville. So that was fun. I work fast anyway, so that wasn't a big of adjustment for me. I mean, getting the dancing, kind of had to get used to that quick, which was fine. I mean, I'm normally kind of in the dugout anyways, dancing like when things are kind of going on between innings, so that wasn't a big deal. Definitely got to work on my rhythm a little bit, but yeah, I did the workout. It went well. It was really quick. It was really cool to see the guys pick up after each other, like hyping each other up. So that was really cool to see. And then from there, it was just a waiting game till draft night.
Yeah, and you talked a little bit there about some of the differences between baseball and banana ball. Like, what are some of those? Like, what are the things that you're still like struggling to wrap your head around, or that feel like the most different to you coming fresh off of normal baseball?
One, the banana ball itself, that felt a little different because going from like minor league ball to big league balls to the Atlantic League balls, like the banana ball is still a little different. Like, you can tell the difference with all those baseballs in general. So it's just kind of figuring out, okay, how's the ball when you throw a certain pitch, how's it come off the fingers the correct way and stuff like that. So that's still a little bit of adjustment to myself, which I'm working on as well. But then again, and that's what the point of the off season's for, kind of leading up to it. And then just, I would say the faster tempo, like I'm so used to having the ball being thrown around. Like, I'm trying to plan a celebration in my head for like, if I do get a strikeout, like, okay, what am I going to do? But then I realize the ball's coming right back at me and I'm like, oh crap. So I got to figure out something else. But other than that, I mean, I tend to work fast anyways, but it's going to be one of those like, okay, how can I get into a good tempo and rhythm anyways? Because I know once we start playing in those like big league stadiums, like the adrenaline is going to be pumping no matter what. And I think that's going to be a very exciting part as well. So I'm looking forward to that. But I think it's just kind of being more present in the moment. I think that's going to be the fun part of it all.
Yeah. That's super exciting. It's interesting to hear, the different feel of the ball. That's not something that I had really consider too much. So that's an interesting perspective there. So you said that you were a little bit of a baseball purist before entering into banana ball. What kind of changed your mind about? Because we hear a lot of hate from some baseball purists that we think is pretty funny. But what kind of changed your mind about banana ball is something that you actually want to be a part of?
Yeah, I mean, kind of looking at it realistically, was I had a good year in the Atlantic League. Obviously everyone wants to get back into affiliate ball or potentially play in the big leagues. That's like mostly like growing up, like that's what every baseball player's dream was before banana ball existed. But then kind of like looking at like scenarios like financially and all that stuff too, like where I am in life. And at the end of the day, like I also enjoy coaching and I like being very like talking to fans and engaging anyways. So I felt like banana ball, like, well, not even that, but just in general, like once you kind of get done playing college baseball, a lot of guys want to give back to the next generation of ball players, but they just don't know how to, whether it's getting involved in like coaching for like the youth communities, or whether guys are lucky enough to play at the next level professionally, like able to do that as well. But I thought this was like a perfect mix of giving back to the next generation. And one thing that I've noticed too, like while coaching some of the youth, is that a lot of parents put a lot of pressure on the kids to do well, and like kids' schedules are so much more demanding now. So kids, without even realizing, feel the pressure to like just perform, where I feel like banana ball, it shows the kids with the fun side of the sport. And I think for myself included, like I kind of lost way of trying to climb up the ladder to get to the major leagues and not being present in the moment and appreciating where you're at right now. And I think that was the biggest thing that kind of hit me, where going into banana ball, it's I get to keep my love for the game while also passing on why I love the game so much.
I love that. That's one of the things that we've heard a lot from people is the engagement with the fans and all of that. And so that's super exciting to hear about that. With banana ball, one of the things that we see with some players is they have some sort of character. They modify their uniform. We had a question here in the chat. David, any plans for any uniform modification or any character that you might play? If you're allowed to talk about it.
That I'm still trying to figure out. There's a few options. I mean, being from Boston, I do have a strong Boston accent that comes out from time to time. I actually do have one of those old militia hats, old Patriot militia hats that I kind of wanted to bring out at some point. But no, I'm still trying to figure that out. Like, and it's because obviously, yeah, you want to play a costume part, but you still have to perform. But yeah, I'm definitely open to options. I maybe go suspenders or overalls. That would be fun. But that's just something that I still got to think about and try to figure out anyways. I'm always open to ideas.
That's so awesome. Yeah, it's exciting to hear about that process and the thought process of all the different potential options that you're thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we're super stoked for you. Do you have any sorry, lost my train of thought there. Are there any stadiums or any specific games that you are super excited for this upcoming season?
Yeah, there's definitely three. Hartford, as Clark said, like that's the closest to me. I mean, Gillette Stadium would have been awesome, but still, like being able to play across the country in sold out stadiums, that's just a blessing itself. Hartford, I would say Indianapolis, because I have a lot of family out there as well. And then honestly, Kansas City, because like the Negro League Museum's there. I got a feeling that there's something that they're going to have to do something there. So like, that's going to be really cool because I've never been out there for the museum. So I would love to see that, especially representing a historic team like the Clowns.
For sure. With next year, what are you most excited for with banana ball, whether it be are you excited to see some of the trick plays? Are you excited to what's your most exciting thing about banana ball?
I would say just being able to enjoy it and really give back. Like, it's going to be fun engaging with everyone, like the fans, the players. It's going to be able to express yourself essentially. Like being in affiliate ball for so long, you're trying not to become a distraction in the locker room, whether it's social media, whether it's some of your antics. For me, being from Boston, I'm brash, I'm outgoing, I'm outspoken. So no one is safe from a good roasting. It doesn't matter who you are. I'll throw a one-liner in there if I have to. But there's a reason that my Mets teammates would say, "Oh, it's your cousin from Boston," like stuff like that, like the Sam Adams commercial. But no, I think at that point too, it's just going to be fun, just being expressive, having fun, and then just sharing the passion of the game and giving back to the next generation.
I love that. Do you have any like funny stories from the banana ball tryout, whether it was like trick play gone wrong or anything like that?
It wasn't like a funny story, but it was a kind of a cool moment where at the Nashville tryout, my catcher who was catching me, he was in a golfer's outfit. So he brought his golf clubs up to the plate. And at one point I told him, I said, "Hey, when I get done throwing, I'll be your caddy for you up to the plate as like an intro." And as that's going on, in the meantime, I was waiting for him to get up. One of the trainers needed to fill up the water coolers for the tryout. So I was like, "Oh, I'll go with you." I went with the trainer to fill up the coolers and stuff like that. And as I'm carrying the cooler, I see my buddy go up to hit my catcher, and I go, "Oh crap, like I gotta go." So I drop the water to go immediately go get his stuff, like in the middle of helping her out. Walk out with like the rangefinder, and I say, "Hey, it's like 310 to the fence this way, 400 center field." I go, "You want the driver?" He goes, "No." And I go, "You want the big stick?" He goes, "Yeah." So I hand him his bat. First pitch he sees, he gets a base hit, and everyone's like, "Oh!" Like, so that was really cool. And that was just an organic thing that they wanted too. It just happened naturally. So I think that was a cool moment. But I felt bad for the trainer that I kind of left her high and dry with the water.
That's such a cool story.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely going to be different, going from indie ball affiliate league where you're, like you said, you're trying to go under the radar, not have the, your antics get in the way. But now that's encouraged. I mean, obviously not the bad stuff that would, but like, yeah, your antics are encouraged. The social media presence is encouraged and everything. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be a cool shift for you.
Yeah, I do actually have a funny draft night story actually. So the day before the draft, they send an email out saying, "Hey, these are the coaches' area codes. So if you get a phone call from one of these area codes, know it's one of the coaches." So I'm like, all right, cool. They're like, be aware, prank calls, all that stuff. So I get drafted, and we're all celebrating, and I see my phone going off, and I see like a 781 area code. So I'm like, oh, like that's my area code. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna let it be. Like it might be someone I know down the road. Okay, cool. Then I see another FaceTime call from like a 6110. It's Ryan Howard. So I'm like, oh my goodness, like what's up? So we're talking. Does a quick like, hey, welcome to the team, all that stuff. Looking forward to working with you. So then I get off the FaceTime and I see that number texting me, the 781 that I ignored. And it's like, "Oh, hey, David, it's Jesse Cole. Give me a call when you get a chance." And I go, "Jesse, I'm so sorry, man." I thought it was a Savannah. I thought you would have a Savannah area code or something like that. So next thing you know, so I'm like, so I FaceTime him and he's like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm apologizing. He goes, "Yeah, where do you live?" I go, "Hanover." And like knowing Jesse's background from Massachusetts, like I grew up the next town over from Jesse. So it was just really funny to see. And he goes, "That makes so much sense." Like I ignored Jesse Cole's FaceTime on draft night. So I'm off to a great start.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, like that's got to be a great night. You're getting a call from Jesse. You're getting a call from Ryan Howard. Like that's incredible.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you coming on. Any last thoughts for the fans or anything going into the next season?
No, it's just gonna be fun clowning around with the boys. That's all.
Awesome. Well, can you plug your social medias of where anyone can follow along with your banana ball journey?
Yeah, Instagram and TikTok is the same exact thing. It's David_Griffin. And then I want to say Twitter is dgriff1523 or X now. But yeah, those are my socials.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to see that as it goes, and we really appreciate your time tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Best of luck. Go Clowns.
Go Clowns.
Awesome. Well, this is awesome. I absolutely love these takeover episodes. It's been so much fun. But what were your thoughts on that?
That story of him ignoring Jesse's FaceTime, that's pretty good. I mean, yeah, he's from the same area. You see the same area code. If I was in that same position, I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah, you imagine it's a neighbor or a high school friend that's trying to prank you a little bit or something.
Yeah, someone that you don't want to talk to, but no, it's Jesse. So that was great. Yeah, super excited again for the Clowns. They've got such a great pitching staff, and we're gonna. I can't wait to see all of them.
Yeah, so we got Fisher Polydoroff coming up shortly, Brian Dansereau coming as well. But while we wait for them to come on, if you have anything in the chat, throw us some questions, throw us some comments, and we're going to bring Cooper onto the stage, our podcast producer, to kind of see his thoughts on this conversation so far. Hey, Cooper, how's it going?
It's going great. So far, I love David. He hates the Yankees. I'm a huge Dodgers fan. We just beat them in the World Series. I'm still celebrating that World Series to this day. No, that was awesome. It's fun hearing everyone's stories about how they got to Banana Ball because everyone's story is different, and it's just fun hearing everyone's story.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it's kind of cool. And I mean, you've got your Clowns hat on. Like,
oh yeah.
What's been the biggest thing, your biggest takeaway from like Coach Fox and the other players?
I think they're probably going to be not hot take, but I'm throwing out my prediction early. Best defensive and pitching team in the league this year. It sounds like he really wants defense, and they have a great group of pitchers and especially catchers, because as a catcher, you always need a good backstop behind the plate. And I think with Joe Lytle being picked up by the Clowns, it'll be a great duo between the pitchers and the catchers.
For sure.
Yeah, your guy Joe Lytle, you're super stoked about that.
Yeah, I know. That's why I bought that. As soon as he's drafted, I'm like, all right, well, I don't need my Firefighters jersey now. I just get my Clowns hat, and then I see anyone else that's drafted, and then a guy, he was drafted by the Clowns. He played at a school that's in our conference right now, so it was pretty cool to see him go. He's also from California, so
there you go. Awesome. You got all the connections there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm super excited for to talk to more guys. But yeah, these takeovers, I just love getting to hear the behind the scenes of how the teams are really coming together, and how why the coaches decided to draft the players that they drafted, what the mindset was, and everything. Yeah, it's just been really cool.
Yeah. So. Good.
Oh no, I'm saying the draft was fun to watch. Like I like watching. I love watching the MLB draft. Even though Dodgers never have a first round pick, I wonder why.
The MLB draft is so long. How do you watch?
I watched the first day.
Everyone.
I like watching the first day, and then we had some guys from Bakersfield get drafted, so I watched the entire draft to see them get drafted. So it was
cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah, one guy was second round, so I was able to see that one on TV, and the other guy was like, I would say a lot later, but you could still go back and watch them pick them audio calls that they have, but it was still pretty cool.
That's awesome. Well, we're about to have Fisher Polydoroff come on and do an interview. We'll be asking him some fun questions and a sneak peek. Cooper is a current baseball player. He's got a question for Fisher, and so we'll bring him on near the end of the interview. So super excited for that.
Yeah, I'm excited to meet Fisher. He's awesome. I'm a history major, so doing all his historical stuff is perfect for me. So
awesome. Well, we'll talk to you in a minute,
yeah.
Cooper. Thanks for jumping in.
Of course.
Awesome. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. We're still learning the live stream stuff. But yeah, so let's introduce our next guest right now. I'll bring it up on the screen. We've got Fisher Polydoroff, aka Old Knuckles. He is an entertainment player for the Clowns. You might have seen him play for the Visitors, and he's an old-timey baseball player. Sometimes he says he's a time traveler. He said he might be calling in from an old radio or something tonight. But we seem to get a good communication with that radio. And we've got Fisher Polydoroff. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, saying what's up, fellas. It's good to be back. As many guys know in the organization, I'm a huge fan of Banana Breakdown. I love what you guys have been doing with all the teams. Cumulatively, it's been helping the sport, and there's no one like you two. You guys are good for the game, so I appreciate y'all.
Thank you. It was great to meet you in person back in Texas, and it's great to have you back on the podcast today. Thank you.
Oh, it wasn't just great. It was legendary. We got some content out of it. Got y'all on the field. That was awesome. It really was great to meet y'all.
I gotta let everyone watching know my biggest disappointment was we were hanging out with you in Texas, and you asked me, did you bring your glove? Would you like to play catch? And me being feeling all high and mighty, I have a media pass. I'm a credentialed media member. I didn't want to bring my glove to the ballpark, and I made a huge mistake because I could have played catch with a time traveler on in Frisco.
Yeah, it could have been one of your last games of catches, though. That knuckleball can really dance and dip and dive, I'll tell you.
I know.
Yeah, it's kind of funny seeing where our story went, because I also didn't bring my glove, and so unfortunately nothing came that game. But
yeah,
I owe you a catch. I owe the both of you a catch.
Let's do it. Yeah, well, what were your thoughts? You're obviously wearing some of the historic Clowns jersey right now, all that stuff. Like, what were your thoughts knowing that you're going to be representing a historic team, you being a time traveler yourself?
Man, it's perfect. It really it really aligns with everything that I wanted in the Bananas organization. I wanted to be a Savannah Banana. I made the music video. Wrote a song called "I Want to Be a Savannah Banana," and I still haven't put it out yet. So what do you do? But along came a better opportunity, one that feels like my destiny, engraved in a newspaper a week after I was born, and a picture of me wearing a Clowns hat at 10 years old. It really feels like my fate, my destiny to play for this legendary team. And I remember I was talking with my mom a couple of days ago, because I was always jealous of people that had commitment. You got to remember, I'm young, so all my friends are still committing to colleges, at a JUCO, and I love it whenever people have like a picture of them wearing a shirt or a hat or something whenever they were, younger. And I always wanted that, but I never knew that it was going to be the revival of a Negro League team, which I was fascinated with. And man, it's such a blessing.
Yeah, when I saw that that Instagram reel that you made of showing that picture and kind of explaining your journey and your fascination with those historic teams, I was just kind of blown away. That was super cool. So where did that fascination start, and with the Negro League teams and other historic baseball teams?
So I was kind of a late bloomer into baseball. I didn't start playing until I was probably 6 or 7. Cut that one. Don't include that. I'm just kidding. But I started playing soccer really early. I love soccer. And then I started playing baseball, and I got really into the history side of it. I was always a big reader. I love to read. I still do. And there's I used to check out so many historical baseball books at the public library, and I stumbled upon one book called "We Are the Ship." And it tells the story, the complete timeline of Negro League baseball. I fell in love with, the old timey players long before I was playing MLB The Show, which is kind of the, how kids get introduced to these old timey players nowadays. But I was reading books back then. The Dan Gutman baseball card series, Honus and Me, Jackie and Me, Mickey,
yes.
Dave and Me. Yeah, those were classics. Those frequented my bookshelf. And I got a couple Negro League hats for my birthday, and then subsequently, Christmas. And man, I never would have thought that something so cool and something that can really pay tribute to the Negro Leagues would come back. I'm so proud to be an Indianapolis Clown.
I love that. Thank you. We got quite a lot of people commenting and really excited for you in the chat, Fisher. So I got a couple questions that we'll bring up. But a question about your time travel instrument, like how many gigawatts does it produce to allow you to time travel?
That's a really good question. This is the first time that this story is being shared on live broadcast, so that the fans, they shall know. But basically, when I was a kid, when Old Knuckles was a kid growing up in Brooklyn, he used to frequent the New York Giants games a lot because he thought, them bums weren't that good back in the day, the Dodgers. But Old Knuckles, he grew fascinated with the knuckleballer Hoyt Wilhelm, who was playing in the early 50s for the Giants. And I used to frequent the lot where the ball players would come out, Willie Mays, and I actually got his autograph once. But Hoyt Wilhelm, he taught me this knuckleball grip. And he said he told me to wait a couple years. 1959, he was around Brooklyn still. He taught me this knuckleball grip that allowed me to produce a knuckleball that would create a time warp with zero spin, and it's crazy. I could throw it, and I could go anywhere I want back to baseball history. I can't go past whenever baseball was invented, and I can't go to the future. So if you're asking me who's winning the 2046 World Series, I'm telling you I don't know. I ain't got no clue. But yeah, anywho, that's the way. That's the story. Hoyt Wilhelm legendary knuckleballer for the New York Giants, taught me that pitch, and I used it to time travel in 1959 to 2025 to make a name for myself in banana ball.
Well, perfect. That's way better than I would have thought on how you time travel. So glad it's is it any different using a banana ball? Does the time travel work differently, or is it the exact same?
See, I can't reveal the secret of how I throw it, gentlemen. You know, I'm not trying to get in trouble with Father Time, but you know, it's a doozy. I'll sure say that. And I don't know if I'll be breaking it out in games because I don't want to just disappear from the ballpark, leaving everybody clueless. Where's old Knuckles? But you know, it's a trick up my sleeve in a tool bag.
That's fair. So, like, if you're down in a game, could you time travel back and change the past to affect the future so that you can win the game?
Yeah, and I don't know if I'm, you know, allowed to be saying this. Father Time really might, you know, punish me for this one. Maybe no time travel for a week, something like that. Yes, I've done that before.
Well, good. Well, we'll make sure that we keep that one under wraps for you. But we've got our podcast producer that's going to come on in just a second. He actually is a current NAIA baseball player trying to be a broadcaster in the future. And he's had a question for you. Super excited about your journey. So we'll pop Cooper on and he'll be able to ask you a question here.
Let's go.
Hi, Fisher.
What up, my man? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
So I'm really good. You say you wanted to be a broadcaster. That fascinates me because it's kind of what, you know, all four of us are doing right here. These guys are you know, prime examples of the broadcast journalism, the trade. I encourage you on your journey to that. I think it's a noble profession.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I grew up a Dodgers fan, so I listened to Vince Scully.
Oh,
so
yeah.
He's kind of what got me into broadcasting as a kid. I'm like, you know what? If I'm not playing baseball, I want to broadcast.
That's awesome. I'd love to hear that.
Which is funny because the first sports I ever broadcasted was basketball and volleyball. So not even in the range of baseball, but it's nice having the knowledge of all those sports too, because I love history, so I have a lot of sports history knowledge.
You got to be versatile like a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, that's what I was taught. Know everything, so I'm ready to go in when I'm ready. Yeah. No, like I've been excited this all day ever since they said you're coming on the podcast. I'm like, ooh, this is.
Hey, I'm excited to be. I'm probably more excited. You know, it's like that theory of the shock is more afraid of you than you are afraid of the shock.
Yeah, I mean, I've been following you for a long time, so it's like, okay, try not to fangirl out on the stream. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard.
I'm delighted to be here, boys.
This is awesome. So I do have a question for you. Since you are a time traveler, if you could go back to any decade of baseball and play that entire decade, what decade would you go to?
I would go to the 1940s, probably the 40s. I'd spend a lot of it in the late 40s. Because I'm flat-footed, I didn't want to get sent off to the war or nothing like that. But I wrote a song called Cracker Jackson, the Crack of the Bat, about late 40s, early 50s baseball. It was really the prime, you know, Jackie broke the color barrier in 47, you know, up until, you know, the mid 50s, really. That was the prime time of baseball that I was watching, you know, as a kid. And I would love to play back then. I'd love to see how my knuckleball would fare against, you know, a Joe DiMaggio, Teddy Ballgame. You know, I think who knows? Maybe old Knuckles could sneak one by, man.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love the 80s. My favorite baseball time period. I love uniforms. I love colors, and I think the 80s was definitely a peak time for everything. Logos, like from California. I don't like them, but I tolerate them. The Padres. I think they were pretty cool in the 80s, and I'm a huge contact. Like, I think power is cool in baseball, but I love like the Tony Gwynns, the Ted Williams.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of contact hitting.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. You know, you don't gotta put one, you know, third deck at outside Polo Grounds every time. You know, you can slap one through the left side of the infield with finesse. You know, that's what the good old days of baseball were really about.
Yeah, I love, like, I love old baseball. Like I said, I hope to, my third career is baseball historian.
Oh,
After baseball and broadcasting. I just love like sports, mainly baseball. I've been playing it my entire life. And if you mix my two favorite things, history and baseball, it's perfect.
hey,
Then
who
you,
knows?
you
Maybe,
mix history and baseball, you get Fisher.
Yeah.
I'm trying to start an army of vintage baseball players to travel the world someday and delight the fans. You know, and it only helps to have people that know about baseball history. It's America's pastime. It's here to stay. I'm happy to be surrounded with you fellas that really get you guys get it. You guys get the feel of the game, and not only that, but how I'm bringing it back or I'm bringing it to Banana Ball, and I'm delighted for this.
For sure. And with the history of baseball, I think our fans are getting into it as well, because we got a comment here that we want to bring up. Always enjoy the players who really seem to get into the history of baseball. Tanner Thomas from the Party Animals talked about it. He wished he could talk to Babe Ruth, both for baseball and the way people spoke at that time. There was some hints on Instagram that in your time traveling, you might have run into Babe Ruth. Was that true? Have you met Babe Ruth?
Oh, George, man. Oh man, he was one of my good friends actually. I'll tell you, it's funny because George, or Jidge, as we call him, he was one of the only players that I really told about the time traveling stuff, and he believed me. He really was larger than life. I'll tell you that much. He could walk in a room, man, and barely fit through the door frame at the time. They didn't have people that were 6'2", 240, but man, he was a personality, and I really miss him dearly. If I could go back and tell him not to smoke so many cigars, so he wouldn't die prematurely. I'd bring him back here. I think he could still compete with the 2025 cats.
Yeah, I think so. We do have another question there that's slightly different, talking about a current legend of today. We have Pat's fan asking, what are you looking forward to, and what's it going to be like playing on the same team as Jackie Bradley Jr.?
Man, I'm excited. I grew up I was born in Bridgeport, Connecticut, not too far from Boston. I moved to Greenville, South Carolina, where the Greenville Drive play, the AA of the Red Sox. And I'm a Sox fan. Stephen Wright, the knuckleballer, I was a huge fan of him. Jackie Bradley Jr., I watched that team. So to play with him, it's going to be spectacular. I'm really happy that the Clowns are – he is going to be that player that represents like the first MLB player to play in our sport full time, and I love that. I think it's a great way for the game to grow, because he obviously sees something in what we're doing here, and the mission for Banana Ball is tremendous, man. That's the reason why I burned 3 years of eligibility for college baseball. I really love how much joy and positivity this sport brings to America at a time when we need it most. It really is just a wholesome experience where fans can gather and feel like they matter. You can meet your favorite players. You can hug every single player after the game if you really wanted to.
Yeah, you're a part of something very special, and I'm excited for that. I did have a question for you about, you're going to be an entertainment player, but you'll also obviously play in the game. That's part of that. So what's kind of that mix of, and how are you balancing that of the entertainment side while also being a part of the game?
It's truly a blessing. Whenever I was the only entertainment player on the Visitors, and I was really fortunate that I really 3 days before the tryout, I envisioned myself having a character in Banana Ball. I didn't know if I wanted to be Fisher Polydoroff, the 19-year-old Renaissance man. I wanted to be the vintage baseball player and wind up like Bob Feller and throw knuckleballs and softball pitches. It's hard to do. It's not sustainable, and we have trick pitchers that'll tell you the same thing. Matt Wolf is the GOAT of trick pitching in Banana Ball, and I'm so fortunate to be working with him. We collabed, and he's an awesome human being, and someone that the entire pitching staff can look up to. But being an entertainment player, I can't say much about what my role is going to be, but all of my talents and my tricks will be on display throughout the experience, and I'm so glad. Like like who would have thought I could play a saxophone solo and then go pitch in front of 40,000 people. This wasn't a thing whenever I was growing up. So yeah, all my talents, I'll be doing magic. I'll most importantly, I'll really just be interacting with the fans. I want to be as fans first, and there's never a dull moment when you're around on Knuckles. I could be doing magic tricks out the wazoo, or just people just love talking to me whenever I talk in my old timey accent.
I think when you're done playing, I think there needs to be an alternate Fisher broadcast where you do the old timey accent the whole
yes,
time.
Call it like a radio baseball, like a 30s radio baseball game. Yeah.
That's so funny because after my playing career, I've always said that I wanted to be a broadcaster. Cooper, we were talking about this earlier. I grew up, I actually grew up really close to the Anaheim Angels broadcaster, Victor Rojas. And his son played with me all growing up, Tyler. And he was a big inspiration of why I want to become a baseball broadcaster. And if I were to be given the chance after my playing career to be an old-timey broadcaster, that would just be pinnacle life. Just sitting there and there's a pitch from Whitey Herzog and swinging a drive, and this will be left center field, and he's going back. Oh, and it's caught at the warning track. What a shame! And he'll go right back to the dugout and say, "Yeah, yeah, that'd be."
I can picture.
Awesome.
I think you need to start doing that to practice in your content right now. Just put it in black and white, a current game, and maybe speed it up so that the players are moving really quick and it'll be perfect.
Yeah. Get them to real speed.
Yeah, but that's perfect. You mentioned that with the running style. You'll see it in my vintage baseball videos. I'm excited that they listed me as I'm really a Renaissance man and a Swiss Army knife of the team. I look forward to just providing what everything I have to offer at any given moment. And I'm an extra hitter too, so you'll see some funny routines and a lot of just crazy stuff and a lot of characters too throughout my career. I think I've already told you guys this, but I plan on rolling out a bunch of different characters based on different decades of baseball.
Love that.
So, awesome. And they're all going to be coordinated off facial hair too, which is why I've been rocking the 1880s mutton chops for a while. There's a story and there's a narrative behind that. It includes a signed ball from a little guy named Abner Doubleday. You didn't hear that?
Hey, there we go.
I got a sign. Okay, I got a signed banana ball by Abner Doubleday, basically.
Wow.
Favorite Ridiculous Six movie character, if you've seen that movie and you understand the reference.
Oh yeah. Probably. What's his name? The really hairy dude that sings the national anthem. That's one of my favorite characters. That's a great movie, and that's basically a lot of people's reference to vintage baseball is that scene. Shortstop! I should call you shortstop.
My favorite is when it hits over his head. He's like, "Oh, just run the bases. I'm not getting that. It's a home runner."
That's definitely how. Yeah, I've traveled back to when baseball was invented. That's not how it happened. The movie's got it all wrong.
Well, this has been great, and we wish that this could go on for a lot longer. Definitely going to have you back on in the future, but we got one more coming on right after you. So any thoughts that you want the fans to know about before the next season?
Let's go clowning around all around the town, painted red and navy blue, and turn it upside down.
Love it.
Great parting words of wisdom.
You guys are the best. Thanks so much for having me on. This has been an awesome broadcast. Can't wait to see the clips from this, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. And thank you for jumping in as well.
Yes, of course.
Awesome. Well, whoops. I was going to do a big intro, but we got you on, Brian. How are you doing?
I can't hear you.
Can you hear us?
I can't hear you guys.
Okay, let's try this.
All right.
Can you hear us
Can you hear
now?
me now?
There we go. There we go.
Sometimes
happens
that
like this.
happens. I don't know what.
Yeah, it's probably me too.
We had it happen with Coach Vava, so you're not the only one. So, but yeah, so thank you so much for joining. What were your thoughts when you found out coming from the Visitors that now you were going to be on the
I
Clowns?
know, right? I can hear Cooper, but I can't hear Brandon and Sammy.
Oh,
Okay,
that's so weird.
Cooper, can you hear us?
Yeah, for some reason.
I can hear all you guys.
Okay,
Really?
Cooper,
Okay.
this is your interview. Go for it. If you're up for it.
Okay. Oh, I got you. No, I could do
Is
this.
that?
All right. So Brian, the draft, right? It's new, the Banana Bowl. Was there any doubt in your mind that you weren't going to get drafted? You're like, okay, I'm going to get drafted. I just don't know who I'm going to yet.
There's always a little bit of doubt. You never know. I actually moved to Savannah a little bit earlier, just for other reasons. So I got to be on the field with the guys for probably the last month and a half of the season. So getting to practice with them, getting to get in front of the coaches, learning their trick plays, trying to add my twist to it, trying to learn what they do. So I felt really good about it that I got a chance to show kind of how I was progressing with it. Like Fox said earlier, kind of you do what they can do and then you add your own twists. So
yeah, that's awesome. So for the Visitors, when you were playing for them, we were like, okay, this is something I really want to continue in my baseball career. Like, did you have that moment with the Visitors? You're like, okay, this is what I want for the rest of my baseball career.
Yeah, I would say like how we got introduced the first day when we were there. Like Jesse and them come in on trucks. Every team was out there, and it's just the teams, the Visitors, and that's it. Like there was no fans. It was just like our introduction day. And like you could get goosebumps and like your adrenaline's pumping and it's only like 60 guys out front with one speaker playing really loud. So I think from that moment on, just like the energy, the environment, how everybody went about it, how all the teams were so accepting. It's like one big family. It's impossible not to want to be a part of it, really.
So taking your time from the Visitors, and it wasn't a lot of time for the Visitors when they were playing, but you got a taste of Banana Ball. So with that, what's the number one thing you're looking forward to this upcoming season?
Man, it's hard because there's so many. I always look forward to just different ways to kind of interact with the fans for the most part. After getting to experience our 5 games, like I have stuff written down of like things to try out, whether they fail or not. It's just ideas that pop in your head, something that can make someone's day. Along with that, I have learned a lot of cool trick plays that I'm super proud of. So really excited to throw those, and hopefully they all go great the first time. But either way, it's going to keep happening. Like we're the Clowns. We're going to have to be the best trick play, and it's going to happen one way or the other. So for sure.
Yeah. I mean, new team, you guys are coming in looking to make a stance, really. I mean, we were kind of talking about power rankings, just something we're doing here at Breakdown. And I think Sammy had Clowns at 3, which is, I would put 3 after the draft. And talking to Coach Fox, and I even said it, you guys will probably be the best defensive and pitching team in the league this year.
I mean, I would agree. I really think the way that our team's put together, like as a baseball player, like I got to see who all was drafted for our team. Like, of course, I do my deep dive on what everybody's done, where they've been, how they've done. So, like, we are very good defensively, but if you look up a lot of the guys, like a lot of our guys are big dudes that can really bang. Yeah. So, I mean, we're not saying we can't hit. We will be very good defensively, but I think we have some guys with like some stupid juice. So I think putting those two together with the pitching staff that Fox signed and everything, like I think we're very high up on that list. Obviously you can't go out there saying, yeah, we're number 1, but we're going to be up and contending with everybody. So that's super exciting to go in knowing that for the most part.
Yeah, you guys definitely with the bats. You have Jackie Bradley Jr. and you had Joe Lytle, who's also a very good bat with the Firefighters. I mean, for the pitching, you're surrounded by great pitchers too. Not only just pitchers, but entertainers. Like we were just talking to Fisher. I mean, are you excited to be around that culture with those guys?
Absolutely. I mean, just being around Fisher by itself is enough. That guy
Mhm.
is pretty much five people in one. So just having him back and being around him is awesome. Like I'm super excited about that. And then just meeting all the guys because they've all come across the board. Indie ball. You have guys out of college. We have plenty of pro guys. So just kind of seeing everybody's experiences and molding them into one will be really cool. So that's really
Yeah.
excited for that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then, I mean, the game's going to be a lot faster for you as a pitcher. Like, you got to get ready to go each pitch. I mean, do you think that's going to have – I mean, there's a complete difference between pitching traditional baseball and banana ball, obviously. But do you think that's going to help you perform better if you're not thinking, or do you perform better when you're, like, thinking about what pitch you want to throw and where you want to throw it?
So I'm an outfielder, so I'm on the other side of it. But when just thinking about the same thing, you're fine. Just thinking about the same thing, like
my bad. I guess my information was wrong.
You're good. I'm just saying on the other side of it, like I can answer that as a hitter. I love the quick pitch. I love moving fast. I do not like stepping out and taking a lot of time. Like even when our scrimmages for the visitors, when people did things like throw their glove up in the air and pitch it, like those were almost my favorite pitches to hit just because, it's something distraction. And then it's like, since I did that, I have to throw it right down the middle and it's going to come a little bit slower. So I'm perfectly fine with the speed and the pace of it.
Perfect. No, I apologize for that. I guess I had my notes wrong.
You're fine.
You were a pitcher. So sweet. Well, that puts me up to more, definitely outfield. So for you, you really got to know the moment if you want to make a trick play or not. Like if it's what's like what you say is your basic trick play you would do out there. You're going to get it every time. There's no doubt you can do it when the game is on the line.
So I would say it's probably like the basic behind the back one, like kind of trying to make it where, a routine catch can be that can be like my new routine. Since we are the Clowns, we want to make sure that we kind of represent that we're gonna run it with the trick plays, but the behind the back, like hopefully that becomes the new routine. It's really weird because I've tried a lot of different trick plays, and once I learned the backflip catch, it's not like super easy to do, but it's the easiest one to catch in my opinion when you have the best like angle at it, just because it's the only one you can actually see go into your glove.
Yeah, that is true.
So that one's something to go to. Yeah.
I was about to ask, have you mastered the backflip yet?
I want to say yes, but you never know.
You have it down though. You've landed it and made multiple catches.
Yeah.
Okay. That that's more than I could do. I'm a catcher. I'm not supposed to backflip at all, and I don't plan on it anytime soon. I am a baseball player, not an athlete. I hear that saying all the time. Like I can't do backflips. I can't, do all this acrobatic stuff. So the fact that you're able to do that and play baseball, like that's just.
Hey man, it wasn't always there. I learned it with the visitors. So
okay,
I learned to flip one day at the beach. I went to the beach, said I'm going to do a backflip in the water. If I fall down, at least I'm caught by the water in the sand. So I did it for about 30 minutes. I walked like 2 or 3 steps out of the water. Just like I feel way too overconfident. I'm gonna try it, and then landed the first one on the ground. And it's like an adrenaline kick. It was like, okay, what else can I do now? So
that's awesome.
That's a big like proud moment for that one.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. On the beach too. That's no better place to do it. So I don't know how much time we have, Sammy and Brandon.
I got one more right here that I'll pop up right here from the chat.
Okay.
You can ask this one.
So, Brian, what was your journey to the visitors? Like, how'd you get started in banana ball, and how'd you really come to love the game?
So I got started in banana ball. So I always kind of like saw banana ball. I played independent ball for about 4 or 5 years, and probably the last year I played, I started noticing more about banana ball. I played with Dan Oberst, and he's been there since pretty much the beginning of it. So watching him do it, kind of just seeing what it was. Then I had a former team recently as well. And after he joined them, they played the Party Animals last year in Atlanta.
Mhm.
He got me tickets to go to the game, so I got to go watch a game live, got to go see him, and then after the game I ended up running into the recruiting coordinator, which is Barry Aldridge. We had a good conversation, sent in my application, went to a tryout in Nashville. I want to say it was in like May. And then within like 2 weeks before the visitor started, they offered me the spot to be on the visitors. So came.
Oh, we lost him.
Okay.
Oh no.
Well, maybe he'll be able to join back on in a second, but thanks for jumping in there, Cooper. But that was awesome hearing his story. I want to pull up a couple comments here to comment on that. Funny that a backflip catch is the easiest.
Yeah.
And then this comment here, isn't it amazing that a backflip catch is going to be considered a basic move in banana ball in a couple of years?
Yeah, that's true. That's like the stand. I mean, it's becoming already like it's amazing to see, but it's kind of becoming like the go-to trick play for an outfielder to do, and so yeah, that's pretty awesome. All right,
okay, let's see if we can.
He came back on.
Can you hear us, Brian?
I hear.
Can you only hear me?
It was a little spotty.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. We good? Connection's good?
I think so.
Okay. We'll just run with it until he kicks him out again.
Yeah.
Can you hear Brandon and Sammy?
Yeah. Yeah, just the last couple questions and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't know if he can hear
Sorry,
us.
did you hear us, Brian? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I can hear.
Oh heck yeah.
Oh,
Sweet.
Okay.
All right.
So sorry about all the technical stuff. So we wanted to ask, what are your thoughts knowing that you're going to be sharing the field with Jackie Bradley Jr.?
Man, it's very cool. I mean, how could you not be excited about that? I actually got really into college baseball at one point, and it was when he was with South Carolina. That was like when they went to the World Series, and like, South Carolina was the team to beat for a couple of years. Like, that's when I really got into college baseball for some reason. So like that immediately sticks out to me. Like when I think of Jackie Bradley Jr., I think South Carolina first. And then you go to the Red Sox, the World Series, guy can do it all. He can swing it, plays outstanding outfield, and now he'll be right next to me. So that makes my job really easy. So that'll be fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, super excited for that. So just to close up, do you have any final thoughts for the fans about this upcoming season?
I mean, we just have a lot of things going on that are going to be new and exciting, and I just hope everybody's ready to see them. All the guys get to chat a bunch. There's so many ideas getting thrown around, and we're going to somehow get them all off. I know it. So we're going to be really exciting. Obviously, super competitive. So just make sure you don't blink. We'll put it that way.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you coming on. It was really nice meeting you as well at the Tour Championship.
Absolutely, man.
But yeah, we appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate you guys, and I still think it's so awesome I got to see you make that catch. Like, we talked about it like 15 minutes before, so I was like, I don't know if we got the chance to talk about it after. So that was still awesome. I was like, I got to bring that back up. Keep giving you a shout out for that, because I just turned my head and I see you just stuck your arm up so fast and just snagged it. So I was like, that's awesome. But appreciate you guys having me too. Really cool to chat with you guys. Like I said, got to see you guys in Savannah and love watching your show. I got most of my information from you guys for a while, so hopefully I get it a little earlier now. But appreciate you guys always.
For sure. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
It was nice to meet you.
Yeah, man.
See ya. Awesome. Well, that was a great conversation. A little bit of technical difficulties in there, but Cooper saved the day there. So thank you for that.
Yeah, of course. It seems to be a theme these past 2 episodes.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. It's like it's every once in a while the sound just kind of goes out, but we'll need to figure that out going forward. So that's the beauty of doing a live stream, right? So.
Yeah.
But we appreciate everyone coming on. I think we can highlight a couple of comments here in a second. Sammy and I'll close it off. But Cooper, any thoughts on that and anything before Sammy and I close it off?
No, I think these guys want to win so badly. Sounds like a Coach Fox, Fisher, Brian, everyone just wants to win this thing. Like, I think the Clowns definitely, I wouldn't say they have something to prove, but they're definitely going to be like a surprise just because they're an expansion team. But they had probably one of the best draft classes, I would say, behind the Party Animals. I mean, it's hard to beat the Party Animals. Sorry, Brandon. But
it is what it is.
But yeah, they're gonna be a team to watch this year. I wouldn't be surprised if they're up there in their rankings pretty early, around that one. I would say 2 or 3 spot in the standings.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, maybe not something to prove necessarily, but something, expectations to live up to with the history there. And and I think they believe in that, and they're gonna live up to it. So yeah, super awesome. It was awesome to talk to all of them. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Cooper, for helping us out there.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, of course. Awesome. Well, yeah, we're super excited to have the Clowns take over today. It was a great time talking to all of the players. Super excited to see where they're coming from and where they're going to go this year. We got some more takeovers coming in the next little bit. Right now, we have a potential one for next week with one of the teams still in the works. But we have a question here that I wanted to bring up. Renee said, Brandon and Sammy, what led you to Banana Ball? And I just wanted to highlight this. The short story is I found out about it late last year or late 2024, completely obsessed by it. We went to game 1 and we're hooked from there. But we'll go into detail on this shortly because we're going to be filming an episode that's going to come out on Christmas Eve because we're not going to be doing a live show on Christmas Eve. And
I know you guys were just really wanting to spend your Christmas Eve with us, but we'll have a video for you, but no live stream.
Yeah, so we're going to put out that video that's like a look backwards. Cooper's going to turn the script on us, and he's going to interview Sammy and I about our journey to this point and how we were not expecting it to be like this, and it came to anything greater than what we were expecting. And then the following week on New Year's Eve, we'll be doing the same thing, but looking forward to 2026. So weekly live stream every Wednesday, except for those last 2 weeks of the year, we'll do a pre-recorded episode, but we're super excited. We still got 3 teams to hit: Bananas, Tailgaters, and Firefighters. So we got some fun players that are going to come on for those.
Yeah, super excited for all these. These takeovers have been so much fun. So cool to talk to a bunch of guys and introduce new guys to you. These guys are new to Banana Ball. It's really cool to hear their story. Every story is different. Their journey here is different. And now, because we get to hear their story here, we have a better idea of what they're going to do in the upcoming season, and can't wait to cheer them all on. We wanted to also call out. We talked about it at the beginning, but we do have some shirts. If you guys like the show and want to support the show, this is a cool way to do it. And also, tell your friends about it by wearing the shirt. Be like, what in the world is that shirt? You can tell them that it's this cool podcast live stream sports show, whatever we are becoming. I don't really know. And yeah, just let them know. So we've got shirts that are awesome. Even a Christmas shirt. I love that Christmas shirt.
Yeah. So just so you know, all shirts are $30, free shipping worldwide. And tomorrow, December 11th, is the official cutoff date to get here in time for Christmas. So if you or someone you know loves Banana Breakdown and you want to get them something for Christmas, tomorrow's officially the last day to make sure it gets here in time. And just like Brian mentioned there, we were able to make the I've Got a Glove and a Dream shirt. Super excited about that one. And with all of these shirts, they're in all of the colors of the teams. So if you are not a Bananas fan, don't worry. We've got Party Animals. We've got Coconuts. We've got all the teams. So, but really grateful for all of you guys and your support. We're really excited to see where things go from here. But this was a really fun Clowns Takeover episode.
Yeah, super fun. Yeah, I think the go-to color for that I've Got a Glove and a Dream shirt should be pink, because that helped win a championship for the Party Animals. And it's been funny to see. It seems like I knew this before, but the majority of our fans, I feel like, are Party Animals fans, and that has shown with the shirt purchases. I think we've only sold 2 that aren't Party Animals.
Yeah.
Like, there's just everyone likes the pink. So, or maybe they just want to look like me because I wear the pink.
Yeah, so definitely that's something that we've seen, is that the Party Animals fans are coming in hot, coming in with the merchandise. So appreciate all of the support there. And hey, come on, help me out with the banana side of things. But okay, we got a question here. Waiting on device stickers. Yeah, that's something we gotta figure out. That would be kind of cool to put those on a laptop, on a Hydro, all the fun stuff. But we'll look into that. So appreciate that. But yes, thank you so much, everyone. We'll be back here next Wednesday with hopefully another takeover. We're gonna have some other players and fun stuff on for you guys. So we're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. So go Clowns.
Go Clowns. See you guys.
See ya.